my name is Brittany Lipinski, and I am an independent fashion retailer for Agnes and Dora. My company name is A&D by B, and I absolutely love Agnes and Dora. I want to do a quick video for you guys about why I chose to be an Agnes and Dora retailer and why I chose to switch from LuLaRoe to Agnes and Dora. I was a LuLaRoe retailer for about a year, and I chose to move over to Agnes and Dora, and there are a few major reasons as to why I chose to do this. Now, by no means is this a LuLaRoe bashing video. I want to just give you a backstory real quick. LuLaRoe came into my life at a very important time. I had my second baby, and I was having a really hard time with postpartum depression, and I needed something to help define myself. And in came LuLaRoe. Now, I didn't do very much research at all when I started LuLaRoe, and I started the company very blind. And my husband, who was very supportive at the time, told me to go for it, and if it was going to make me happy, that was something that I should do. Now, LuLaRoe came into my life and honestly helped me through the process of that phase of my life very well. It gave me something to focus on, and it gave me kind of my own thing and my own space, and it was wonderful. So by no means am I bashing LuLaRoe, because it played a really, really big role in my life. Now, me personally, I love retail and I love fashion, and I always have, and so it was for me just about finding the right fit. So let me go ahead and get into why I chose recently to switch from LuLaRoe to Agnes and Dora. So my first thing is that with Agnes and Dora, you get to select your inventory. You get to pick it out. There are solids, there are patterns, there are black items, which was something that was super hard to get with LuLaRoe, and it was kind of a gamble. And you get to pick those items and bring them into your inventory and pick out what's best for your customers, and you don't have to take any pictures of it. Okay, so what I found with LuLaRoe that was an issue for me personally was that I had to photo my entire inventory, and every time a new box came in, I had to take pictures of it. And one of the things that was most important to me about doing this business was staying home with my kids, being here with my kids, and being present with my children while running a business. Now, it was really hard to do that when I had 200 pieces of clothing to photo. I had to get the photos just right, make sure the lighting was right, and all of those things. Now, I didn't mind the photoing from a personal perspective, but it was pulling time from my family. So one of the main reasons I chose to move on to Agnes and Dora is that I didn't want to do that time-sucking activity of photoing anymore. I just couldn't do it. It was taking time away from my kids. I found myself getting frustrated that I was getting frustrated with my children who wanted my attention, but I had all these things to photo and I needed to sell and blah, blah, blah. So I chose to move on because LuLaRoe, in comparison, took a lot more time as far as photoing goes. With Agnes and Dora, I pick my inventory. There are stock photos available, and I get to use those stock photos for those items that I chose. It is a huge relief to not have to be photoing all those pieces. Plus, I know what's coming in my boxes, so it's not a surprise. So every time I open my boxes, I know exactly what's going to be in there, and I know that they're items that my customers are going to love. So bringing me to my next point, which I kind of already talked about, is just selecting your own inventory. This is a huge, huge, huge difference between LuLaRoe and Agnes and Dora. With LuLaRoe, you order based on size and style. With Agnes and Dora, you order by size, style, print, or solid. And you just go on their website, you order the pieces, and you know exactly what's going to be arriving at your home. They have a huge selection in regards to solids, different styles, black, white, green, whatever, you name it, you can find it. And I think that is a huge, huge selling point for me as someone who wants to run a boutique. It is really important to me to have a boutique and be able to provide my customers with the things that they really want. So selection is really important to me. Sorry, I have the sniffles. Going along with that, Agnes and Dora has a much wider style selection than LuLaRoe does. They are constantly changing their styles, adding styles, updating styles, changing their selection, and they are season appropriate. So there are tank tops, and there are skirts, and there are long sleeves, and there are dresses, and there are long dresses, and there are short dresses, and so on and so forth. They also have a kids line, which is amazing, with tops, dresses, layers, leggings, you name it. So all of their styles I've found are super on trend. They are happening when you need them, and then they phase out when the trend kind of changes, which I think is really important. From being a LuLaRoe retailer for a long time, I found that there were some styles that sold really, really well in the beginning, and then kind of weren't selling so much toward the end of my journey. And it wasn't because my sales numbers weren't up, because I did really well in regards to sales. It was just that those pieces weren't highly sought after pieces for people anymore. The trend had kind of started to change, and they weren't looking for that style anymore. So I think that constantly changing styles is really important. And I love that about Agnes and Dora. My third point is that I have found that Agnes and Dora has really, really great consistency in their clothing and quality in their clothing. When I say that, I mean, from my experience, all of the leggings that I have tried on or I own from Agnes and Dora are all the same length. They all fit me same in the waist. And they just seem to all have really, really good consistency. The dresses are all the same length and the same size, and the sleeves fit the same, and depending on the fabric, things fit really well. Now, the other great thing is that Agnes and Dora will tell you what kind of fabric it is, so you can gauge how much stretch it has. Particular French terry fabric might not have as much stretch as something that has a large spandex base in it. So it's nice to have those kinds of things to go off of and be able to share with your customers. When you purchase the items from Agnes and Dora, it tells you what kind of fabric they are, so you know, which is really, really nice. Also, the quality I have found to be wonderful. The seaming on all of the items, now I am a seamstress's daughter, so these things are really important to me. The seaming on all of the items is done really well. It is very consistent. It is straight. It is aligned. The fabric is cut properly. There aren't a lot of extra little threads and things, and the patterns tend to match up pretty well, which is really important from my perspective, that if you have a stripe should match up with a stripe. Now, they're not perfect, which is fine, because there aren't a lot of boutiques where you'll find that the pattern matching is perfect all the time, and depending on the cut of the material, you can't always make it perfectly match, but it is so, so good and so, so close. And so many of their products have awesome pockets in them, and just great stitching, and the tags are really nice quality. And like, for example, they come with these beautiful tags that are cardboard. They have the size and the legging type, and it's just really great quality. This really nice tag with this really cute pin. I just love those little details, and I think they're great to represent a true boutique brand. So the next thing, and a really important point for a retailer, is number 4, is that I find that the retailer support from headquarters is spot on. Now, I haven't had to contact them a lot, but I did have a couple of pieces that were missing in my first order. I simply sent them an email, told them what was missing. They sent me an email back within 24 hours, and they asked me just to show them and send them kind of a piece of paper that showed that those were the things that were missing, the receipt that came in my boxes. And I sent it to them, and everything just went really, really smoothly. I can always get a hold of them. I feel like they have my back. I feel like they're looking out for my best interest and trying to make sure that I am successful. They want to make sure I can sell the clothes, they want to make sure I can buy the clothes, and they want to make sure that they're giving me products that people want. And that is so important to me. I am in a couple of the representative groups for Agnes and Dora, and after a launch of a new product, I saw a thread that said, hey, post your launch concerns right here. What? You want to know what I'm concerned about and what I think needs improvement or I really liked about it? Just the sheer fact that they asked that question made me feel like they had my best interest at heart and they were constantly making improvements in order to do these things. So that is really important when anyone is choosing to work for a company. It is important to know that the corporate headquarters has your back and wants you to be successful. So I love that, and that is a huge reason why I chose Agnes and Dora. And then number 5, which is also a really big point, is that with Agnes and Dora, I am provided with a website, a shopping website. Hallelujah. So I don't have to do Facebook albums anymore. I don't have to pay for another app or tool in order to upload my photos somewhere. I just have this beautiful website with stock photos with all of my sizes that my customers can go to and see what I currently carry and if I have it in their size and check out, and it's just so seamless and wonderful. I'm not even kidding. It's beautiful. Plus, there's a link on there that they can join if they want to become a retailer, and there is a way for them to learn about Agnes and Dora, and there's a way for them to message me and ask questions, and it's just so seamless and wonderful and beautiful, and it is such a streamlined, gorgeous looking website. It is a deal changer for me. Complete game changer. Great, great, great way to impress your customers and provide excellent customer support. And in addition to that, you can run multiple parties at a time on this website. So you can be having parties over here and parties over there, and just everything runs really, really smoothly. So that made me really happy. And that was one of the main reasons when I first started shopping Agnes and Dora that I was so impressed, was the website and the way that I could shop for things and the way that I could figure out if they had my size. And it's also really nice because if I don't carry someone's size, they can message me and say, hey, do you think you can get this item in my size? And most of the time, I can order it from the warehouse next time I'm placing an order. I personally do a ton of special ordering for people. A couple times a week, I place special orders for people. So these are some of the wonderful things about Agnes and Dora, and one of the main reasons that I decided to change retail companies. And I hope it's helpful for you as a customer, and it's also helpful for you as a retailer or a future retailer or someone that's thinking about switching companies. I think that this company really has a lot to offer. Like anything, it is a lot of hard work, and it is still a job. You still have to work your business. But it's a great company. It's a great company to work for. I'm really happy. I know all the ladies on my team are really happy, and I just hope that this provides you with the information you're looking for. However, if you're still looking for more information, you can certainly contact me. You can join my Facebook group. It is A&D by B. And that is a closed group. That is my shopping group. Or you can look for my business page, which is Agnes and Dora by Brittany, an independent fashion retailer. You can find me on Facebook that way. You can email me at styleyouprettybybrittany@gmail.com, or you can private message me on Facebook. And I'm really responsive with that. I'm also on Instagram. You can direct message me there. It's A&D by B there as well. And I would just love to help you out if you're thinking about changing companies. Do your research and just help guide you through that journey. I know the changing retail companies is very challenging. It takes a lot of hustle. I did it. So I can certainly help you with that if that's something you're interested in. And yeah, so I hope to hear from you, and I hope that this helped guide you, and I hope you have an awesome, awesome day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.